What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I don't know if you heard it in the distance. It's a real faint. I live out in the country, but it's a distant it sounds like something like that, and it's off in the distance. I mean, if you open your window, maybe you'll hear it, but just moments ago, YouTube has decided to restore Donald J. Trump's YouTube channel, and well, people are absolutely losing their minds. Now, Donald J. Trump has announced some time ago that he intended to run for the president of the United States. If you all remember, there was a monumental occasion back while he was still president with Twitter, YouTube, Facebook suppressing and subsequently banning a sitting president from social media, which really erupted in a lot of insanity, a lot of duplicitous behavior by our three-letter agencies, as we've seen in the Twitter files and things of that nature. But let's move to the statement, examine some of there's already 100 articles on how this is going to ruin everything and the world's going to end. YouTube Insider tweets, starting today, the Donald J. Trump channel is no longer restricted and can upload new content. We carefully evaluated the continued risk of real-world bad behavior while balancing the chance for voters to hear equally from major national candidates in the run-up to an election. Now, I wonder if any of this would have happened without Elon Musk restoring his Twitter account, which, by the way, he has still not used. Now, there are certain restrictions because of his connection to Truth Social, but the fact of the matter is, he's not winning. He doesn't have a chance to be president if he doesn't get back on Twitter. He needs to be on Twitter. Truth Social is not building enough steam. Some of his posts there get just a few thousand likes. I'm all for alt tech, and I think he should make his posts first on Truth Social, and he should make exclusive posts on Truth Social. But he needs to be on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's just he has no chance without it. He needs to get the leftist media whipped up into a fervor every time he has a typo, gets all sorts of free press. That's what he needs to win. Now, interestingly, in all of this is going to be whether or not he actually uses it. Because as I just mentioned, he has this contract with Truth Social where he can't use Twitter first. But one would think that whoever has this contract with him, him and the shareholders and things like that, that using these social media posts to also promote Truth Social is a win-win. If I'm an investor in Truth Social, I'm letting Trump go on Twitter, and all I ask is that he posts on Truth first, and then he links back to Truth, like at least once a day. And then he has like one Truth Social exclusive post a day. That will make tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of users flood to Truth Social, which is, if I invested, I would want to do that. They continue. This channel will continue to be subject to our policies, just like any other channel on YouTube. And then the salt, carefully evaluated and went with the violence. I hope a dedicated, or says, absolutely disgusting and shameful. Did you forget the reasons why you banned him in the first place? Did you just not care? I mean, I didn't need another reason to delete your app, but here we are. Bye, won't even miss you. Yeah, okay, sure. This isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. Disgusting. We have video footage of YouTube's careful. I mean, everyone's just absolutely melting down. And this is in the wake of, a lot of the footage that we've seen from the Capitol that seems to at least cast a lot of doubt about what people's intentions were that day and whether or not they were the evil, evil people that was thought. And you see here, the J stands for jerk. Ooh, sick burn. Carefully evaluated. I mean, the meltdowns are unbelievable. What's wrong? I mean, look, here's the thing. If I were advising Donald J. Trump on his 2024 presidential run, it would be to stop screwing around and get on social media every single day. He needs to be uploading videos every single day. He needs to be tweeting every single day. He needs to be truthing every single day. Instagram posts every single day. The fact that he's not, honestly, as a voter, makes me question how committed he is to winning. The election is not that far away. The dude needs to get on the ground and get out and build some distance between him and any potential other candidates that may run. And there's going to say, not sure why this new policy is YouTube, we support fascism. Again, here's the other thing is like Donald Trump has been free to upload on Rumble or BitChute or Odyssey or many of the other alternatives out there. And he hasn't. He's been free to upload to Twitter now. Well, Twitter's a little different with the contract with Truth, but certainly Instagram and Meta has lifted his 2-year ban. That was all the way back on February 9th. So over a month. As promised, Meta restored the former President Trump's Facebook page and Instagram accounts 2 years after it suspended them from both platforms, which, by the way, is one of the biggest, I think, abuses of, the president still has First Amendment rights. And he's an elected official that we now have seen through these Twitter files that, Twitter and et al., Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, acted unilaterally and as their own government agency. And now you really wonder, now that we've seen how, like, the FBI was interacting directly with Twitter, saying, hey, ban this account. Hey, here's some schmo down in Podunk who said that he didn't want to get the poke. We should probably suspend his account, don't you think? Or how the FBI looks to have, or at least somehow, worked with these non-government associated think tanks as an end around to suppress Americans' First Amendment rights. This is something, as a potential Donald Trump voter, I want him out talking about. I want him talking about Twitter files. I want him talking about American citizens' First Amendments getting trampled. I want him talking about how Silicon Valley colluded to ban him simultaneously from multiple platforms. And this is what, I want. And you see, there's a deluge of scoop. YouTube restores Trump's channel. YouTube will lift its restrictions on former President Trump's channel Friday, a spokesperson confirmed to Axios. Why it matters? Well, the restrictions have prevented Trump from posting any new YouTube videos to his account, which has more than 2.6 million followers. By the way, if you're enjoying my coverage by news, please do click that red subscribe button down below and leave a like on the video to help spread the news. YouTube initially suspended Trump's account back in January 2021, several days following the insurrection, after his account violated its policies for posting content that they said incited bad behavior. Now, I don't believe it did that. They believed that it did that, but we also have now seen all these internal conversations that sure seem awfully suspicious around their intentions. It seemed to me that they were looking to ban the guy for any reason they could, and finally that day gave them the tiniest little crack for them to weasel their way through. A month later, the company said it would lift the restrictions which prohibited Trump from posting new videos when it determined the risk of bad behavior had decreased. YouTube took additional restrictive measures, such as disabling comments on videos on Trump's channels. Those restrictions will also be lifted. On Friday, YouTube's Vice President of Public Policy, Leslie Miller, told Axios that beginning on March 17th, that's today, the Donald J. Trump channel is no longer restricted and the ability to upload new content will be restored. It says, be smart. Following the insurrection, YouTube did remove some videos on Trump's channel that violated its policies for this kind of things. Now, also, with these restrictions lifted, Trump will also now be able to buy YouTube ads for his campaign, assuming they comply. This is another big deal. Obviously, tens of millions of dollars will be spent on YouTube ads, advertising, campaign ads, things that, and even ads against him. So this will now give him a chance to strike back against these potential ads. It's anybody's guess if he's going to upload, but I would honestly think that it's time, dude. Like, it's going into April 2023. We're like a year and a half out. He needs to start building more momentum. You know, the only thing that's making it into the mainstream press right now is if he says something a little off on Truth Social, or he says something that doesn't look good for him with his actual base on Truth Social, then it gets into the mainstream media. So He needs to get out on Twitter. He needs to do a Twitter live or a YouTube live stream. At minimum, we know he can upload to YouTube. There's no restrictions there, so he should absolutely be doing that. Instagram and Facebook, seems unlikely that Truth would restrict that. He should be using that. Anybody who's telling him that he shouldn't be, anybody who's saying that this is for the best for him to not be using his platform because, they're not his friend. What to watch. Trump has yet to post anything to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter yet, and has instead continued to rely on his account on Truth Social, the social platform he launched back in 2021. It's interesting. It's unclear whether he'll begin leveraging bigger platforms ahead of his 2024 race. A source at YouTube plans to inform the Trump campaign of its decision later today. Well, I imagine they've already seen. I mean, the distant screeching of all the people underneath these. You chose clicks and violence. Trump is not going to be a candidate, let alone a major one. So much for going for the money on this one. We carefully value the continued risk. Again, so all these people are like quitting. All these leftists are like, I'm leaving YouTube. I'm quitting it. Where are you going to go? Welcome to Rumble. Guess what? Trump's allowed there. Oh, you want to go to BitChute or Odyssey? Well, they're also there. So I don't think these idiots are going anywhere, and I absolutely love their screeching. They're probably still moving to Canada from the last election anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.